Cool, I think we're live. Just going to give it a minute or so. Send the tweets. Cool, 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 cool. Let's see what happens. I've still got access. That's good. Alright, okay. I'm going to give it till 1 past, I guess, and then we will kick things into gear. At some point I'll develop some sort of introduction so that there's something to look at, or you know, standing by, things are happening soon. But yeah, this is pretty casual. We're not at that point yet. But yeah, hope everybody's having a nice evening. Hope everybody's had a nice pancake day. Yeah, hope everybody enjoys what I've got in store for you. Right. Okay, hello everybody, Sonic Yoda here, and yeah, I've got a truckload of pinball games on the PS1 which I'm going to explore tonight, and yeah, I'm going to try and get through them all. I'm going to lay down some ground rules as well. Basically, I'm only going to play 1 credit per table, which means 3 balls per table basically. Set a high score or don't, or whatever, and we'll move on to the next one. So we'll get through this nice and quick, because some games feature multiple tables, some games only feature 1 table, so you never know, you never know. Like, we've just got to keep the ball rolling, you know, like keep things interesting, keep things exciting, so we can get through as many games as possible, because there's quite a lot of PS1 pinball games. So yeah, I guess we should select the language and start with our first game. Now, let me know if audio balance needs to be changed at all, if I'm too loud, or if the game is too quiet, or whatever. Just let me know. I'll sort things out. But yeah, we'll do this and rock on through. So yeah, our first game, once it loads, will soon become apparent. Oh, I've got sound, but I can't see a menu. Is that a emulation thing? Oh, yep, it's an emulation thing. Right, yeah, we're starting things off with Austin Powers Pinball, which is an infamous meme game when it comes to PS1. So we've got 2 tables here, International Man of Mystery and The Spy Who Shagged Me. I'm assuming based on the first and second films. So yeah, we'll start things off with International Man of Mystery. Hopefully won't hit any copyright strikes on any of this stuff, so yeah, but if needs be I'll turn the game audio down. So yeah, arcade rules, so 3 balls, set a high score, and then we'll move on to the next table. But yeah, let's do this. Oh god, loading baby, yeah! You love to see it. That's good use of the license right there. God. It's weird to be reminded of the Austin Powers franchise. That's a thing that doesn't exist anymore. Right, Austin Powers Pinball. Okay, let's try and remind myself of
Danger's my middle name.
the controls. So X is the plunger and the triggers are flippers. Nice and simple. That's what you want to see. Right, so first impressions. Other than the fact that it's ridiculous that there's an Austin Powers Pinball game available on the PlayStation 1. Flipper skip instructions. Oh, switches, swing around, increases bonus. Decreases bonus. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so I prefer a pinball game with an angled look so that it doesn't have to scroll so much. So this top-down perspective where it's scrolling a lot kind of puts me off quite a bit because you lose track of where the flippers are. But we might get used to it. Some games it's better than others, some games it's designed better. One of my favourite designs for this orientation that continues to have the scrolling but doesn't lose the location of the flippers. There's a couple of NES games, Pinball and there's another one developed by Rare as well. It's like Driving USA or something. Can't entirely remember now. But yeah, like the flippers at the bottom of the screen stay locked to the bottom of the screen while the rest of the table moves around and scrolls as it needs to, which is a really nice way of maintaining sight of the flippers without losing track of where the ball is on the table. And yeah, that's an early pinball game. It's strange that never caught on, but ideally, I prefer a locked screen so that you can see the whole table at once, and just angle it so that you can see it moving into the distance. I suppose it's less intensive to do a pinball game this way, where it's just fully top down with scrolling, because you don't have to add scaling for the ball or anything like that. But yeah, I think I prefer the angled look, and it's very much in keeping with how pinball looks in the arcade. Let's get Schecter. Thanks for jumping in, buddy. Good to see you. Okay, I think I've knackered that table there. Oh, there you go. You got hit in the balls again. Game over. Right, let's try and remember how to get out of the tables now. Quit. Yes. Okay, next table. Austin Powers Pinball Man. Right, okay, Spyro Shag Me. I didn't actually mind the design of that table too much. A little bit cluttered near the top. But otherwise, moved at a nice speed. Right, second table we go. Exciting. Hello, Animated AF. Thanks for jumping in, buddy. Good to see you. Right, second table of the night. He's lost his mojo. Alright, let's do this. Again, I don't hate the table design, but I'm not the biggest fan of the scrolling. You're a tiger. I don't remember an awful lot about the Austin Powers franchise. I have watched all of them at some point, but it was so long ago. Key things that I do remember: the third one has this bit with like Michael Caine in it, where Austin Powers and his dad, played by Michael Caine, have a chat in like Cockney rhyming slang, and nobody can understand what they say. And it's the joke is, you can't understand them. And then right at the end of their conversation, they say, "Shat on a turtle," and it's just bonkers. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but it still amuses me. Was it the PS1 that had Akira Psycho Ball? No, it doesn't, unfortunately. That's a PS2 game. But we will have a game developed by the same developer, Kaze, on this stream. So look forward to that, because whenever you get to see that Kaze logo, you know you're in for a good time when it comes to pinball. Oh, knackered that. But yeah, Akira Psycho Ball, that is a game and a half. That is really creative, great use of the license, great use of the fact that it's virtual pinball, so it can do whatever the hell it wants. It does some crazy things with the tables that are pretty impossible. And the one thing I'll say for it though is it's very hard. I've never finished it, never unlocked all the tables. It's a hard time. Let's skip the instructions, interrogate, whatever. Okay, let's go. Okay, well this table's a little bit like easy to play, less cluttered near the top, got a nice movement to the whole thing. The Twitch app is so awful. Won't let me watch the stream on there for some reason. Oh, buddy. Sorry to hear that. I don't think I've ever watched anything on the Twitch app on a Switch. Hopefully it's just the app and not me, but obviously if I can tweak anything, then fingers crossed. And sort that out for you. Again, let me know if audio's good, you can hear everything. Wanted to watch on my telly. Oh, sorry buddy. You're on the computer then, I guess. Oh. You're a tiger. I've got to say, like, this really isn't that bad of a game, considering it's just the scrolling that's kind of doing my head in a little bit. It's very easy to lose track of where the flippers are with it scrolling so much. But otherwise, you know, physics are good, tables designed well. Seems like a decent use of the, you know, license. Pretty sure it's the app, happens on random streams pretty often on mobile, having mid-indins. Oh, lovely stuff. Enjoy your dinner. There we go. So that's the 2 tables from Austin Powers Pinball. So I guess we're going to move on to our next game. Right, let's switch things over. I have to unfortunately exit the emulator to do this. Right, next up is Dragon Beat Legend of Pinball, which is a Japan exclusive. Hopefully I haven't lost me. Cool, that's good. Right, fingers crossed this loads. If it doesn't, we'll move on to the next game. Oh, I got a logo. Map Japan. Oh, there's a dragon. Tarot cards. Map. I can't say I'm familiar with the developer Map. Amazing music. Yeah! Pinball rap. So we've got multiple tables, that's good. Also that noise is incredibly similar to the one at the start of Live and Learn. This is amazing. Dragon Beat, Legend of Pinball. Yeah, I suppose it is kind of like the bio sound, isn't it? Well, that was an introduction. Oh, okay, cool. Autosave mode? Right. Oh, please work. Oh, what? Okay. So we got 3 tables by the looks of things. Lovely stuff. Okay, castle it is. Oh, look at these renders. Nothing like early CGI.
Yeah, let's dance here.
Cool, okay. Right, so it's left and X for flippers. This is more like it. Lock screen, angled table. See what I'm doing. This is designed very similar to digital pinball on the Saturn. It's got those like short stubby tables so you can see the whole thing.
Ready? Let's
Yeah, and then like the display sort of overlays on top of the screen when you activate things. That's cool, man. I'm not too sure about the physics. They're a bit weird. It must be Dragron.
Yeah, let's dance here. Let's do it. Old Crest.
Why wasn't this released outside of Japan? It's all English. Digital pinball games on Saturn are so good. They're all Cars A, so yeah. Again,
Yeah! Let's do it!
always a sign of good quality.
Ready?
This is pretty good.
Let's do
You can tell that, you know, it's in the vein of the digital pinball stuff. And that's a good mold to, you know,
Yeah,
copy.
let's dance here. Let's
Why would you make that a voice sample for the bumpers? That's so funny.
ready?
There should be a chunkier sort of more mechanical sound for bumpers, I think. I don't know, like, the last time I checked, Akira Psycho Ball wasn't exactly an expensive game, so, like, fingers crossed it's still pretty readily available at a decent price. You are not hero. Wow. Try again. Okay, so that's that table done. Yeah, good stuff. I'm into this. Let's try another table. Weird CGI eel dragon thing. Okay, Old Town. I've never seen it about in my travels to date. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I don't think I bought mine in a shop. I'm pretty sure I eBayed mine, but it didn't cost me an awful lot of money. I don't think I spent more than a fiver on it.
Yeah, let's dance here.
Look at the length of that rail. That's amazing. Promotion to my channel viewers. Let's report you. How do I do that? Estimated placement. How do I report this thing? Oh, here we go. Ban. Done. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Right. Let's get back to the game. Okay. I love, yeah, like, this is, I mean, there's not a lot going on in this table, let's put it that way. I would love to get it on that rail though and see if we can get it to go around the whole ring. Well, that seems like a bit of a design flaw. Having the kickback just launch it from 3 kickbacks. Yeah, I love the short little stubby arcadey tables. Digital pinball style. It's really good. Oh,
Mermaid singer.
there she is. The constant let's like a Polysix song. Yeah, that is very Polysix, isn't it? God. Don't know what I'm doing here. I guess I'm supposed to go back in the in again. Oh. No, failed that. Ah!
Yeah, let's dance here.
Yeah. Oh, we're in again.
Mermaid
The
singer.
wicked dragon fall with Mermaid Singer who was shut up and I can't read that. Put your ball at the rugged hole. This English is incredible. Oh, I'm a big fan. Oh, so I recently tried to like get my PS1 set up so that I could play imports and backups and stuff, and just no luck whatsoever. I bought a smart cartridge which I used to have back in the day. It doesn't seem to run at all. What's it? I even soft modded a memory card so that I can do it, you know, via that. Just won't seem to boot backups for whatever reason. It's a real shame because I really want to explore more of the import stuff without, you know, spending a load of money. This is really cool. I'm into this. Yeah, It's a bit of a shame I can't figure out how to get onto the rail. Oh, hello.
Watch your monster.
He is a greed monster who eat up every people. Hit some switches. I'll try.
Let's do it.
What a weird place to put the switches. It doesn't seem like it's very intuitive to the direction of the flippers and stuff. Oh, oh, oh! Says me. Oh, this like old 90s dance music's excellent. Okay.
Great.
Yeah, there's just... It's such a weird system. I love... Like, again, I really miss this era of stuff where it's just like... Digital distribution just doesn't exist, so any weird game just gets published, you know? Like, it's a proper box release. There's just so much variety and weird stuff out there because, like... Yeah, if it's well made, people will buy it, you know? Because there's no other options. You can't just go to the digital storefront and get a load of weird indie things. You have to buy the indie games that are actually released on physical media. It's great. I love that stuff. There you go. That's table 2. So let's go back and try the last one. This is a fun little game, this. I would love to own this. But, yeah, I very much... Oh, God, these renders are so good. I love it. It's so crap. Legends. Let's do it. Yeah, totally. Like, the thing with Saturn now as well is, yeah, my Saturn has died a death. I need to replace the mechanism out for an ODE and get it working that way because that's the only way it's going to come back to life now. So my PC has just basically become my Saturn, and the SSF emulator is really good. It boots from discs, so I can use my actual, you know, collection with the PC. And I got a nice USB Saturn pad, which allows me to, you know, play with that as well. Although since upgrading to Windows 10, that seems to have died, and now I can only use my Xbox 360 pad, which is a bit annoying. But at least I've got an option, you know. And the SSF emulator is really good. I've had like very little compatibility problems with that. Yeah, it's just the way with the Saturns, unfortunately. Like, the spindle, like where that took the discs started to sink into the system, and now I can't get the alignment up with the lens very well, and yeah, it just has a real hard time reading games now. It's on its last legs, unfortunately. Hey, I got it up the monument thing. But yeah, a real shame. But like, thankfully, I've still got an option. You know, like, thank God for emulators and PCs. And yeah, like I say, the SSF emulator is really good. Yeah, no, I mean, I'd love to do it. I need to look into like what's a good option for the older ODEs, because the company that was making the cheaper one that I really wanted to get a hold of, the guy turned into a massive dickhead. Like, he was like, he was having a go at like, oh, I'm trying to remember the name of the other company that does a similar ODE device, and yeah, he was like slagging him off, and I can't remember if he was being racist or something like that, but like he was. The guy that runs the other company that he was slagging off was based in Ukraine, and he basically like used like the war and stuff in Ukraine and like criticized him for things that were out of his control, and it's just like, you're a dickhead, man. Like, I don't want to be supporting your company. That was a real strange thing. I think it was Terror Onion in particular. I think it was them that was making the comments. Yeah. But yeah, just a real shame. Yeah, I think he was having a go at Crix, the guy that does the EverDrives or something. Yeah. Yeah, it was Terror Onion, yeah. So I need to look into an alternative. I know Tracker recently got a Fenrir and has had a lot of success with that, and I don't know who does the Fenrir, so might have to look into that and how available or expensive they are. Because this is the problem with ODEs, is that it's a lot of money. Yeah, the soundtrack's excellent. It's so 90s. Yeah, this is a really good little game. I hadn't actually played this one at all, and I'm a little bit disappointed it's Japan exclusive because I would like to own this. Because if you've ever wanted to collect all the pinball games on PS1, very, very achievable. They are not expensive. What a great little game. I forgot to update the thing to read Dragon Beat. Is it listed as a game? Yes, it is. Look at that. Done. Updated stream info. Need to remember to keep doing that.
Black sorcerer.
Eloquence is Demon Shield. I don't know. I'm still trying to get used to Twitch, but like, I'm hoping that if I update the game like tagging as I go up, it will actually separate each individual part of the stream into like its specific game.
Monster encounter.
Fenrir is not the Terry Onion folk. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Oh my god, there's a bloody T-Rex on the table. Come on, I want to hit it. Oh, it's just there. I think it does time go the games. Oh, that's good to know. I need to make sure I keep doing that then.
Okay.
Because it'll be a bit disappointing now that like part way through this section of the stream, you're gonna mode is Terry Onion, I believe. Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's dance here.
Yeah, I think it was the mode I was looking into because the modes,
Great.
I think they had European distribution and they were, in the grand scheme of things, a lot cheaper than a lot of the other people. But again, I just don't want to support that company when the guy is outright being a dickhead to other people. But yeah, a shame. I'd love to get something like a satiator, but those are very expensive in comparison to an ODE, and I don't know if just having it plug and play and then like 3 times as much as an ODE is really worth it, because I'm quite comfortable with opening the Saturn and plugging that in. The process looks pretty straightforward. But yeah, plug and play device is definitely, you know, a nice thing. It would be nice maybe if one day we get to the point where, you know, people are getting them cloned and stuff and I can just AliExpress it. As much as, you know, it's not nice to have bespoke devices like that cloned, I do like having the tech available cheap, you know. Oh. I have fallen out of bounds. You are not hero. There we go. There we go. That's the last table. Well, Dragon Beat is a banger. That was a real awesome find that I was not familiar with. But yeah, let's go on to the next game. Let's come out of there quickly. Let's reboot the emulator. Right, what is next on the agenda? It's Elemental Pinball. Oh. Elemental Pinball is not something I can tag correctly. There's Elemental Ninja. I'm just Elemental Ninja then. Done. Okay. This is a different game. Right, start button. Oh, it's this one. Okay. Right, so this has one table, but you can display it with 3 different skins. It's very odd. And at one point I did activate a weird like elemental style change to the ball, which like created a lot of bonuses and stuff. It's kind of interesting. I'll try and see if I can activate it. But yeah, it's this one's a bit naff, unfortunately. Also, the Star of David in the centre of the table is a bit of an interesting design choice. Yeah, I mean, this one's, it's fine, like, physics are okay. But it suffers from a similar thing that one of the other games we'll look at later also has, in that it's quite a large table, and there's a lot of like just dead space in the middle. Yeah. And like I say, this is really the only table in the game. The other two are basically just skins, so you can play it with a different look and music. Which is an odd design choice. Like, it feels like they've kind of gone hard with, like, okay, we can't afford the development time to do more tables, so here's a cop out. Like, here's the same table with a different look. The loading screen in steep slope sliders have a Star of David. I wonder if it's just like a lot of the Japanese thing is just like, that's a cool looking thing, we're going to use that, without really knowing like it's, you know, what it represents. I know a lot of the, like, you know, in Japanese language, when they use English words, they often do it because the sound or the look of it is like aesthetically pleasing. Not because they know what the meaning is. But yeah. Oh, I really can't remember how you activate, like, there's a space you can go on the table. I think it's that little hole above where it says disco round. If I can get the ball in there, it activates like a jackpot system, and that symbol in the Star of David will rotate, and then if it lands on a certain thing, it changes the element like that the ball has. You can have like a fiery ball or a lightning ball, and it gives it different properties that, you know, racks up different points, which is a cool idea. I quite like that as a mechanic. But yeah. Oh, come on, get in that hole! That's something you want to hear on stream. Get in the hole! Both Mario and Sonic have canonically said shit. Well, it's a Kuso, isn't it? Which, I guess, the English equivalent of that is shit, but I don't know whether it has quite the same severity in Japanese. Get that ball in the rugged hole. I forgot about that. Oh my god. Oh, the English in that Dragon Beat game was incredible. Oh. Yeah, this one just does not have as much going on, unfortunately. Like, I think it is interesting once we can get, you know, the elemental ball into action, but it's so difficult to get it into that face. And I'm noticing the physics aren't too great. You know, it's like how it didn't sort of like roll smoothly down the area next to the flippers. It sort of bounced along. That's always a sign that the physics haven't been programmed very well. Yeah, I suppose it does have more of a vintage kind of feel to it, doesn't it? Oh, here we go, we're in. Worm! I've activated a worm. There he is. We can damage him. Well, at least we got to see the thing in action. Oh. No, come back, worm. I must defeat you. I love stuff like this, honestly. Like, if you're going to make a video pinball game, go to town. Like, do weird stuff that, like, real tables can't do. Hey, we defeated the worm. Worm bagged. Yes! Damn right. How am I only on... Oh, okay. Wow, that first ball was, like, infinite. I've been playing this table for quite a while. Maybe it was a 5-ball table, I just didn't notice. I swear I, you know, gutted quite a few. Sonic Spinball 2 when? Oh mate, don't even joke. I want that so much. Like, it's such a good idea, like having full control over Sonic, and then, you know, he becomes a pinball once you know, send him into the gimmicks and stuff. Like, that's such a great idea. I'd love to see that explored more. I jokingly like said, like, I know that Sonic Origins Plus has been leaked, and we don't quite know what that is yet, but like, if one of the games they added was a bloody, like, headcanon port of Sonic Spinball, I would go absolutely insane. T-Lope's covering the options music. I mean, that's a man that could save that tune, right? Here we go, right. I'm not going to play all three of the designs because it's pointless. You know, it's the same table each time, but I will show you what another one looks like, just so you have a bit of an idea of, you know, what's going on. So yeah, let's get back to the main menu. Skin select. So yeah, we'll do the C round, and I'll see what's going on. See what I mean? Like, it's basically the same table, just with a different visual and sound design, which is a bit of a shame. Like, you know, this feels very much like cutting corners. We can't get the time to program another completely original table design, so it's the same thing but looking different. So yeah, a little bit disappointing. I think there's something interesting going on with this one. I wonder if the worm is different. Or it's like an eel or something. Yeah. So yeah, a bit of a shame with this one. I think it's a bit of a missed opportunity. I kind of like the idea of having the ball have different properties and activating different like modes and things, but it's not quite doing it for me. The physics isn't there. The table is quite large and empty. Yeah, not a great game. All right, we'll move on to the next one because there's not much else to see here. Right, okay. Next one. So we just had Elemental Pinball, so it's Extreme Pinball next. Right, this is quite an interesting one actually. Save. So if I remember correctly, this is an Epic Mecha Games game. So the people that did Epic Pinball. So this is, yeah, basically, yeah, Epic Mecha Games. Kind of like a weird semi-sequel to Epic Pinball. I don't know if this released on PC or anything like that, but if it didn't, then this is like the PS1 exclusive sequel to Epic Pinball. There's a few tables on this, so this should be an interesting thing to explore. I do own a copy of this. Again, you'll see it when it comes into action, but I'm not a fan of the top-down design. Let's put it that way. Lots of scrolling. So yeah, we got Medieval Knights, Rock Fantasy, Urban Chaos, and Monkey Mayhem. So yeah, I will show you a play on each table. But yeah, this is, yeah, like I say, kind of an interesting, weird semi-sequel to Epic Pinball, which is a great little game. And I have played that on the stream a while back, so if you go on the YouTube archive for the Sonic Yoda streams, you can find that on there. That was a really fun stream, actually. Slightly better CG dragons. A little bit more going on in this scene. A little bit more intriguing to look at. So here we go. So the digital display is at the bottom, and it will disappear when it's not in use, but when like something happens and it needs to show, it will pop up again, which is a kind of interesting design choice. Right, there we go. So it's left and X again for the old flippers there. But yeah, you can instantly see, you know, like this is an Epic Pinball sequel. It's got the look. And I really like the art, actually. It's all, you know, pixel art. It's really nicely drawn. Lots of colours. Pancakes, hey, good stuff. I'm glad someone is having pancakes on Pancake Day. Unfortunately, with my egg allergy, pancakes are kind of out of the question, unfortunately. But yeah. Right. Ball 2. Enjoy pancakes, mate. Troll's Lair. Again, like, I'm enjoying this, you know, like, visually very nice. It's just the amount of scrolling and not being able to see the flippers kind of just takes the edge off a bit for me. I much prefer a locked screen where I can see the flippers all the time, not lose my place. But yeah, I think this is really interesting. I think... Ever tried vegan pancakes? Once, actually. My old flatmate Vince made me some, and, like, I mean, they were fine, but very, you know, flavourless. Let's put it that way. I suppose that's the whole point of pancakes, right? You add the flavour with toppings and other bits. But yeah. Oh yeah, this has got a weird, like, you can activate different balls. So now we've got this little ring instead of a ball. I forgot about that. Similar to Elemental Pinball, in that, like, you can get balls with different properties on the table. Or at least different looks. I don't know how different that felt, to be honest with you. Oh, okay, so I guess that's our first table of this game shown off. Oh, never mind. Select again. There we go. Come back out. This looks cool. Yeah, like I say, it's very visually pleasing to look at. I love all the pixel art. It's just too much scrolling. I think a pinball game needs to showcase everything that it offers on one lock screen to really be playable. But it's one of the things you can probably get used to. I've played plenty of pinball games where it scrolls a lot and have enjoyed them all the same. I mean, one of my favourites is the Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire on GBA. That is such a good game. Really good game. And I don't mind the scrolling too much in that one. Don't know if it's just the way it's designed, like you just get used to the tables. Oh yeah, this one's based on like rock bands and stuff. Oh god. Yeah, this one's pretty cringy to look at. You'll enjoy this. I'll just let everybody know the stream is still going. We're still going. Come on in. Lovely stuff. Oh yeah, my mate's just said he's replaying Final Fantasy VIII for the first time in years, and I'm playing it for the first time. Recently got the twin pack for the FF7 and the remastered version of F8. Because I started playing 8 round my girlfriend's and just kind of was pretty enamoured with it, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not a big RPG guy, and there was just something about 8. I was just like, wow, I bet this was absolutely incredible to experience new. Like, the transitions between the FMV and the actual like gameplay and stuff are really smooth. Like, it's just, yeah, it's got a great look to it. The character designs are all really good, like really cool looking characters. Oh, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire Pinball on GBA app, that would be amazing. Yeah, I would love to see that too. The eventual release of FF7 on Nintendo cartridge. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think about it that way. It's kind of cool, right? Obviously originally designed for SNES, but lost the exclusivity and the game was just too big. Maybe not SNES, it might have been originally designed for N64, I can't remember now. They might have prototyped a version on SNES, but I very much doubt that went... N64, there we go, that makes sense, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that it was on PS1. Like, that much FMV was never going to compress well onto an N64 cartridge. I know there were some pretty incredible FMV compression techniques employed in like things like Resident Evil 2, but I think that might have even come later, so by the time that was developed, I don't think it would have been viable for FF7. And even then, the quantity of FF7's FMV is just way more than Resident Evil 2. I mean, I was just playing a bit of FF7 on Switch there, and I kind of forget like how much they use it for just like interstitial stuff, like that opening sequence where you're, you know, like doing the little mission with Barrett and the gang, like Avalanche gang, I think it is, at the start. There's a scene where it just like it's in engine, but also like the background becomes an FMV, and it just pans up to show like the tower in Midgar, and it's like that was so unnecessary, but like it adds a lot of like cinematic flair to it, you know. It's really cool. This table is fine. I think it's a little busy, and all the little like look, the size of that flipper on the left there, like there's no need for that. Why is that there? Silly. Right, let's move on to another table. What a funny little game this is. Yeah, I'm glad I got to activate one of the different balls on that first table, because yeah, I remember doing that for the first time and just being like, oh, that's a really fun little feature. Again, I don't really quite understand what activates it. I'm sure the table rules would tell you, but who can be bothered reading rules? Okay, Urban Chaos. Oh, this is the one that's kind of oh, what's the film? Escape from New York, is it? John Carpenter film. It's kind of post-apocalyptic looking. This is an interesting little table. God, you'd like to think that emulation would speed up loading times, wouldn't you? I guess a lot of these are baked into the code and stuff. Escape from New York and Escape from LA. Yeah, I've seen both of them. One of them, the first one is an amazing film, and the sequel is not. I remember that much. It's got some pretty bad CGI in it, which instantly makes me like it more, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend it on that alone. Oh. But yeah, you can see like this has got something going on. It's all like a lawless city taken over by gangs. So this has got extra flippers, but they don't feel as unnecessary. When I was last playing this, I found that that large, like, spiral in the middle kind of killed the flow of the table quite a bit. I was colliding with it quite a lot. But this time, not so much, so maybe I just was having a bad game, you know? Yeah, don't mind this table, it's a pretty good design. Freeze! Oh. Whoa, God, this moves quick. Nope. I think that was my last ball. Yeah, it looks like it. Explosion! Somewhat doubt I set a high score there. Oh, I did. Fair enough. Stick it on the board, why not? Okay, one more table for this game, and then we'll move on. I think it's the monkey one. This has some pretty terrifying Baku Baku style monkeys, so enjoy that. No racing to the PlayStation 1 game with the same name. Yeah, I didn't even think about that actually. Yeah, Urban Chaos. Oh my god. Yeah. I think this may have beat it to market by just a little bit, if I remember correctly. This is quite an early PS1 game. I mean, the fact that they didn't push this into the 3D realm makes you wonder, right? We haven't actually had any full 3D pinball games yet, but there will be some. Right, Monkey Mayhem. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that guy. That's a Baku Baku looking face right there. What is happening in this scene? I love it. Rockets going off in the background. Oh man. At least we get to enjoy this a little bit while we have the extra long loading. Donkey Kong. Right, here we go. Last table of the game. Forest Hideout. Yep, they really went to town with the monkey stuff. I appeared on a podcast a while back called The Seabin, and the whole premise of this show is very Room 101, and yeah, you can like choose some things that you want to put in the Seabin so that they're gone forever, and one of my choices was monkeys. Fucking hate monkeys. Horrible little bastards. Picking their own asses, wanking in public. Hate them. Face to the top. Oh yeah, the full CGI monkey head at the top. We used to go on holiday in Weymouth on the south coast quite a lot, and there is, I don't know if it's still there, but there's like a zoo type theme park called Monkey World, and was always threatened that we're going to go there. And I'm just like, no, it's the worst thing I could ever want. Oh, I think we've oh, look at that Lemmings sound effect. Oh, what's going on there? All monkey video games became donkey themed instead. I'd take it. There we go, that was Extreme Pinball. Like I say, a bit of a weird semi-sequel to Epic Pinball, which is kind of cool. Something different. Right, let's jump into our next game. What have we got? Kiss Pinball. Forgot about this. God. Okay, let's update the Kiss Pinball. Done. Oh yeah, this is made by the same team as Austin Powers Pinball, so it's very similar. Very similar. You'll see by the front end and everything how, you know, they clearly obviously had an engine and we're just like, right, just apply that to whatever franchises we can get our hold of. The Kiss FPS, yeah, the one on Dreamcast. I don't think I've ever played that. Right. Oh. Okay, here we go. So 2 paint tables again, similar setup. Go into arcade mode. Hey, listen, Kiss Psycho Circus rules. Hello, the Shiny Baron. Cheers for joining us. Last stop, Oblivion. Each to their own. Okay, X to launch, and I'm assuming... Oh, it's R1, L1 on this one. Wow. That is a rubbery-ass pinball. God, the speed it moves! Whoa, Jesus. Delighted to see that Jamie Lemon got in touch. That was lovely. That was insane. Honestly, like... I still can't get over that. That absolutely made my week. That was incredible. Yeah. If you don't know the story, Jamie Lemon is the lead singer of a band called Ruben, who I used to absolutely love. They split up, unfortunately. But he still does solo music, which is very good as well. And back when my friend Catbird ran the Total Rock Sunday show, we had Jamie in for a session, and what's it? Yeah, like yeah. So he came down, and we, he played live, and that was amazing. And unfortunately, the actual recording of that show was on Catbird's computer, and Catbird sadly passed in 2017. So yeah, Jamie was chasing to see if he could get access to it, and I had to say, sorry. But yeah, just the message he gave me was absolutely lovely. He's like, obviously, yeah, send my best regards and stuff, and obviously Catbird was a dude and things, and not to worry. And then he sent me like the little fanzine that he did with his friends, the Sega thing, and I'm just like, what? This is wild. I can't believe this is happening. Yeah, just really cool, man. And hey, shout out to Grizzly Crichton. Thanks for coming in, man. Good to see you. But yeah, honestly, that's just made my day. Honestly, like, I know people have opinions about Jamie Lemon, and as far as I'm concerned, they're all null and void now, because that's just one of the nicest things anybody has ever said to me and done. So. Wow, that kickback. Really didn't want to get that ball back onto the table. Oh, Mississippi is an absolute banger. I remember when that first came out, just being like, whoa, this is different, kind of industrially kind of thing. Give me tickets to go and see Hinder. Oh my god! Yeah, God, I forgot about that, man. That was awesome. Yeah, Catbird, if I don't know if I've ever talked about him on the stream before, but yeah, he was one of my best friend in secondary school's dad, and yeah, like, he took me to all my first gigs, and obviously once he started doing the Total Rock afternoon show, we used to hang out with him and co-host and stuff, and just ended up becoming strangely more friendly with Catbird than his son. Was how I met him, but yeah, I've kind of not lost touch, with his son, but he's doing his own thing, moved away and stuff. Have I ever listened to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard? I feel like I have tried them, but never really. I don't want to say I hadn't clicked with them, but like, from what I know of that band, they have an incredibly large discography, and it's very varied. So I don't really know where the best place to start is with them. Whoa, that's crazy.
Combo. Double combo.
Oh. I think I've accidentally gone into a 5-ball game here, yeah. Whoops. I was trying to go 3-ball. Yeah, so we've obviously chatted a lot, but I haven't really commented on what I think of Kiss Pinball. It's fine. It's very much in the same mould as Austin Powers Pinball. I'd say that it moves a bit quicker than that, which is kind of difficult to keep your head over. What I'm trying to say, get your head around. It's just so quick. That ball is really rubbery, and just the speed of this is just too much for me to really cope with. But yeah, I am going to move on to the next game, because I don't think much of that one, unfortunately. And again, it's that top-down, lots of scrolling, too much going on. lose track of where the flippers are. Just a bit of a pain in the bum to play that one, unfortunately. Okay, it's time for patriotic pinball. This is a good one, actually. You'll enjoy this. Gotham Games again. And again, similar front end to Austin Powers Pinball and Kiss Pinball, this one. But you'll see the design is what I prefer. So yeah. Let's do it. We got 2 fans of Kiss Psycho Circus now in the chat. Right, America on Duty. Infest the Rat's Nest, it's their thrash album. That sounds right up my alley. Yeah, this is wild, this game. What a strange theme. Like, American patriotism. How many Kiss games are there? God. Well, I mean, yeah, Kiss Pinball and Kiss Psycho Circus. I don't know what else, to be honest. Right, X to launch. Oh, and this one is triggers for pinballs. And yeah, as you can see, this is a more angled look, so it doesn't have to scroll too much and you don't lose track of where the ball is. Mind that Kiss coffin, God. Yes, I remember the Kiss coffin. If there's one thing I know about Kiss, it's that Gene Simmons will merchandise absolutely anything with a Kiss logo. Yeah, this is a nice design, a nice little stubby table with lots going on, good flow, good movement, easy to keep track of where you are because it doesn't have to scroll much. This is what I go in for. Oh, that's fine. Ball saved. But yeah, it's just the theming in this one. It's just so weird, isn't it? Stubby tables, yeah. Yeah, I don't know how best to describe them, to be honest with you. Like I say, they're obviously not full length. They don't have the same, you know, travel distance. But yeah. This one obviously does scroll a little bit.
Message HQ.
But thankfully not to the degree that you lose track of where your flippers are. Oh, I blitzed through that table quick, didn't I? Right, okay, I'm trying to remember how you quit the tables now. Ah, there we go. Right, let's go on to the other one, which is also themed on Americanisms and stuff, but not as heavily patriotic towards their military as the first one. Road Trip. This one's a little bit more like what you'd expect from a pinball table, right? It's, you know, like American iconography and stuff, Americana. I can get behind this one. And it has one of my favourite things. So the round little bumpers, you'll see, they're shaped like burgers. It's a nice little touch. Let's do this. Right.
Trip coast to coast.
Yeah, there we go. Burger. See, this one, like, if it wasn't for all the other stuff on the side, like all the little city and, like, the river and things, that obviously, you know, betrays it being an actual pinball table. I feel like the actual core concept and, you know, the actual centre playing field and things could work as a real pinball table. I think Ruiner Pinball on Atari 50 had a military themed table too. Yeah, I think it does. I think it does.
Tour of the Grand Canyon.
I've tried to get on with that game because it reminds me quite a lot of like, you know, Pinball Dreams. It's got that kind of look to it, but it's just not designed as well. Like the physics aren't nearly as good. But what a collection. Atari 50 is just insane. Like, if you've got any interest in Atari and just retro gaming and the history of that company, it's probably the best retro compilation I can think of. It's just excellent. I really hope what's it?
Wait.
What's the developer called? Digital Illusions? I'm getting that wrong. Digital Eclipse, that's it. I really hope they get to do more retro compilations in that style, because God, the amount of like publishing houses that I would like to see a similar treatment done for, that would be incredible. I actually listened to an interview with the guys from Digital Eclipse, and they said like, well, the Dream compilation is a Nintendo one, right? And I just, the thought of that was just like, oh mate, yes. Let's have it.
Across the
They also did the
bridge.
recent Turtles collection, they did, yes, which is also an incredible collection. Although I've got to say,
Yeah, skill shot.
oh, cheers for coming out, Sector, take care. Yeah, title collection would be incredible. I was going to say, with regards to the Turtles collection, I love it. It's incredible. It's an amazing thing to have on the Switch. But the Dreamcast homebrew version has overtaken it for me. That is such a fun thing. Like, I have sunk so much time into that. It's really well programmed. Got a little video on the channel if you ever want to check that out. So yeah, that's Patriot Pinball. Two cool little tables. The better of the three games by the Gotham Games publisher. So yeah, it's that one, Kiss Pinball, and Austin Powers Pinball. This one's probably the best. Yeah, less to scroll, you know, that angled look that I really like, and yeah, you can really maintain where the flippers are the entire time. Right, next game. What have we got next? Okay. Oh, speaking of Pinball Dreams, here's a Japan-only port of Pinball Fantasies for the PS1 that I did not know existed. Please work. Please work. Oh. Skip that. Don't know what's going on there. Come on. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's a very bare bones menu. Okay. Partyland, Speed Devils, $1 Billion, and Stone's Bones. Let's do them. 4 tables. Pinball Fantasies, mate. What a game. Let's go. I'm guessing VAP published this because all the high scores were VAP.
Let's start.
Let's start indeed. Right. Oh, R1 and O1 for flippers. But yeah, why Japan only? Like, this is the Euro pinball game, right? Like, come on, where's our PAL copy? Bonkers. Can't believe this is a thing that Japan only got.
Let's start.
Yeah, the Pinball Fantasies, Pinball Dreams, like, those are Euro pinball games. Let's have them in the PAL region.
Let's start.
You can clearly see that very little has been done to make these Japan friendly, seeing as all the text is English. If you've never played it, I would highly recommend. Oh, that's really annoying. There's a Mega Drive one that's very similar to this. Psycho Pinball? I think it's Psycho Pinball. I don't think it's developed by Digital Extremes, but you can tell whoever developed that was like, yeah, we're ripping off Pinball Dreams and we'll do the best job we can, and it's a good time as a result. It's on the Evercade Codemasters collection, if you've got that, which I would recommend. Really good compilation. Oh, that's that table over and done with. Didn't do play very well there. That's fine. Let's move on to another one. Game start. Speed Devils. VAP. If you've never listened to the song VAP by Maximum the Hormone, get that done. What a banger.
Let's start.
Oh, pressing the wrong buttons. They've even like just, this is basically the Amiga music. Just taken a rip and used it for the soundtrack, which is the right thing to do. But like, it's interesting that they didn't like go for, I don't know, Red Book Audio remix version. Sliding off-road.
Let's start.
Let's. This is a busy old table, isn't it? Certainly at the top, anyway. Now, I'm going to be a complete hypocrite here and say I don't mind the scrolling as much on these games. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just they don't move as fast. Maybe the ball feels a bit heavier, like it should. Maybe it's just good table design. I don't know. But, like, yeah. Really don't mind this as much as some of the others we played tonight with a similar setup. Oh. Come on, let's go. Do I have another ball?
Let's start.
I do. So yeah, it's a good time. I mean, you can't go wrong with Pinball Fantasies. It's a banger, it's a classic. Euro Pinball at its finest. Oh dear. Alright, next table. Let's do this. Got two more, and then we'll move on to our next game. $1 billion. I can't remember if that's the name of this table in the original Amiga release or not. I imagine it is, but it just seems a bit Englishy sounding to me to just call your table $1 billion. Oh, nice. That's kind of game show themed by the looks of things, yeah. Wheel of Fortune. I like the flow of this table. Good movement. The noises. Look at the art, man. God. Amiga pixel art. You just can't beat it. God damn. When the artist knows the tools, it's just off the chain, isn't it? Like, the fact that you don't have to do anything to this, just slap it on a PS1 and it's perfectly acceptable. because it just looks so good, you know. Like,
Let's start.
if anything, the menus kind of let down the overall presentation because they just don't match the quality of the tables. I have never played the Amiga Thomas the Tank Pinball because annoyingly it's A1200 only, like AGA chipset, and I've only got an A500. I do really want to play it though. I'm sure I can emulate it easy enough, but like when you've got a working Amiga and it's all set up with the Gotek drive, you know, I kind of want to use the real thing. But yeah, no, I'd love to. I would love to be able to play it, but I just, yeah, unfortunately need an A1200 or something that can take a
Let's
AGA
start.
chipset. I think the most readily available thing is an A1200 at this point. I'm sure there are other Amiga computers with an AGA chipset. I know the CD32 has it. Yeah, you just mentioned playing on my CD32. Played on my CD32. But unfortunately CD32s are now ridiculously rare, and I never jumped on one when they were a reasonable price. I remember at one point there was a guy on eBay that just had like X warehouse stock, and he was selling off CD32s for like 50 quid, and he also had like the floppy disk drive expansion thing that you could plug into it, basically turn it into an A1200 with the same compatibility. It wasn't much at all, and I was just like, couldn't justify it at the time, and now just, yeah, it's impossible to get a CD32 for a decent price, and even harder to get one working, so yeah, never mind. Just one of those things. But like I said, I got my A500. I really like my A500. Most of the Amiga library, the stuff that you want to be playing is an A500 game. You know, there's very little that's exclusive to the AGA chipset that I'm missing out on. I think one of the, this franchise, Pinball Dreams Fantasies, I think Illusions is AGA only. Yeah, I got very lucky with the upgrade to mine with the Gotek drive. I'm probably told you before, but for a while I was a part of a computer club which was quite local, and the guy there was like, "Yeah, we'll help you out. You get the parts, we'll bring it over to the club, and we'll get it modified, and I'll install the software and stuff." But yeah, and all sorted now. So yeah. Well, there you go. That's Pinball Fantasies for the PS1, Japan exclusive. What a weird and wonderful thing to exist. And I'm pretty sure that was the last table. That was Skull and Bones, right? Oh, I've got an actual high score on that one. Look at that. Get it done. Okay, let's look at our next game. What's next on the agenda? Oh, we get to the Pro Pinball games. This is going to be fun. Right, so Big Race USA is up first. So these are great. These are really good games, Pro Pinball games. So Big Race USA, done. So unfortunately, each of these is a single table, but they released 4 Pro Pinball games on PlayStation. I actually prefer to play them on PlayStation than I do on the compilation that came out on PS2, because for whatever reason the PlayStation ones have force feedback and the PlayStation 2 ports don't. It's really annoying. So I would much rather play them with, controller vibration, because just force feedback in pinball always feels great. But yeah, for whatever reason, I think it's Ultimate Pro Pinball. There's a collection of 3 of them on PS2. Just doesn't have the force feedback. It's really annoying. A real shame. Big missed opportunity there. That should have been an absolute no-brainer of a collection. I think the same 3 games are also on Pro Pinball Trilogy on Dreamcast, which does have support for the vibration pack, I think. Oh, by the way, this is probably going to look a bit weird on stream. The moving objects run in a weird high resolution interlace mode, so they look a bit, jaggy. But yeah, Pro Pinball Trilogy and Ultimate Pro Pinball on PS2 are basically the same selection of 3 Pro Pinball tables. I think the only one it doesn't include, which is on PS1 and we will play it, is the Web. I think that was the first table, and as a result it kind of looks a bit dated in comparison to the other two. But it still plays well because it's a Pro Pinball game. Like they're all really well programmed. They've got incredible physics. They actually feel like real tables. Yeah, they run in this like high resolution mode. They look great on a real, you know, television, not under emulation. Yeah, they're really good. I cannot recommend them enough. But like I say, if you get them on PS1, it's a single table per disc, which is a bit, I don't know, it feels a bit of a cop-out in this day and age, but I'm sure having a table this well programmed with such great physics and no scrolling, you know, lock screen, you can see everything, this, you know, it would be worth it because you're getting one of the best pinball experiences on the system. But it's just a shame that, you know, you only get one table per disc. But that's fine because we can blast through them. Because like I say, we're only doing a credit per table. But yeah, a lot of love for the Pro Pinball games. They're really good. I'm sure there's probably a really good PC port or collection as well, so well worth looking into. Might even be still available on Steam. I don't really know, to be honest. I've never really looked because I generally play on console. But yeah, this is a great little table. This is definitely on Trilogy and Ultimate on PS2. Ah, the Web's on Saturn as well. Good stuff. Yeah, like I say, I think the Web is the first Pro Pinball game. Did I just win an extra ball? God damn. Apparently just chatting bollocks and chilling out is the way to play pinball. But yeah. Oh, this is a great table. Really good. Yeah, there we go. There's my extra ball. Go! But yeah, like I say, this PS1 version with the force feedback feels very nice to play. Really well programmed rumble. Again, you're probably missing that feature on Saturn as well. I don't think they ever did any force feedback for the Saturn. I don't think there is. I certainly haven't seen a controller. Might be in a steering wheel maybe, but as far as I'm aware, I don't think they ever did a force feedback for Saturn. Another missed opportunity. That was obviously the new hotness that generation. Weird to think about. That proto of Worms Pinball on Dreamcast was found. I didn't! God damn. We're going to play Worms Pinball, hopefully. So, also a pretty good pinball game, actually. Very much in the style of Pro Pinball, actually. Very, very much looking forward to playing that one. But yeah, no, I didn't see that Worms Pinball Dreamcast proto. That's awesome. I wonder how complete or incomplete that is. Alright, I think that's our lot. Yes, it is. Cool, so that's Big Race USA. So let's jump over to the next Pro Pinball game. Try and go through these pretty quick. Because like I say, one table per disc. Right, so it's Fantastic Journey next. This is probably my favourite of the bunch. Very much looking forward to playing this. It's complete from what I played. That's awesome. Does it have both tables though? That's the thing, because I have Worms Pinball on PS1, which has 2 tables on it. One of them is not Worms themed. I also have Worms Pinball on PC, and it only has the Worms Pinball table on it, which is kind of interesting. Ah, both tables. Cool stuff. You'd love to see it. That's awesome. Oh, I'll have to get that image burned and play that on the Dreamcast at some point. That'd be lovely. Oh yeah, fantastic journey time. This is a banger of a table. Let's go. Again, apologies for the high-res interlace thing going on with the moving objects in this. It doesn't emulate as nice as it looks on real hardware, unfortunately. Doesn't look as bad as it did when we were playing Big Race USA actually on this game. Maybe it's just the emulator doesn't know how to deal with high res as much.
Super Bowl rescue.
They love to rescue a Super Bowl. Ah! Oh! Nice. But yeah, this is probably the pinnacle of pinball physics on the PS1. These feel very good to play. Hopefully it comes across in, you know, just the quality of the ball movement on stream as well. You can see how smooth it is, how weighty the ball looks, you know, like it doesn't react unnaturally to obstacles and stuff. It's just a very well made pinball game. Let's go. Yeah. Come on. Let's get that ball back into play. I think this is the last one of this table. That's cool. Hope everybody's been keeping well and enjoying whatever you're up to. Oh, I should probably mention, anybody that's watching that wants to watch me stream again this week, I'm going to try and stream on Sunday night as a part of Game Blast 2023. I'm joining the Radio Sega team. And the concept for the stream I'm going to do on Sunday night is I'd like to try and do a similar thing like I'm doing here, where it's like, you know, when you're playing a little bit of each game and trying to get through a lot. I want to do my Mega Drive collection. I'm probably not going to be able to do the whole lot, but I'd like to do like as much of it as I can. Like the actual games I own physically, like I'd try and play as many of them as possible. Just a little bit of each, you know. So I think that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm trying to get that all set up for Sunday night, so that'll be 8 PM again, and that'll be a part of Game Blast 2023. Yeah, should be a good time. So yeah, if you're available that evening, please join us. It'll be cracking to have you involved. Absolutely no pressure to donate, but obviously if you can donate, please, it'd be lovely if you could. It's going all to special effect. Right, I think we're on to the web. I think should have paid attention. Oh, lovely stuff. Thanks for coming over, Animated AF. It'd be lovely to have you on Sunday as well. So yeah, I'm very much into the idea of doing more multi-game streams. I think it's just more interesting to watch. You know, there's something coming up all the time. It's exciting. You know, what's next? What's next? Yeah, it's the web now. Cool. And yeah, I'm a big fan of Retro Pals. I don't know if you've ever checked out that channel. They do a very similar thing where it's like they choose a concept, a theme, and they will go through a load of games in one stream. And it's just really exciting. They're really entertaining hosts as well. Yeah, so like I say, I think this is the first of the Pro Pinball series. Just visually, it looks a little bit like low fidelity. I don't know what the word is. The render just doesn't look as high quality as the other tables. as much as I like to use streaming as well to try and complete games and finish things and get through a bit of a backlog as well, you know, that's fun and all. But like, I think for me personally, I do find hosting quite difficult when it comes to streaming. So just having a constant like flow and change to things, so that I've always got something interesting to talk about, means that I avoid dead air. You know, I find I often go quite quiet when I'm hosting and stuff on streams, and it's not particularly engaging for an audience. I want to always be talking and engaging with people, and I know like a lot of that is to do with your audience as well. Like, you know, if there's obviously comments happening and stuff, it's always nice to be able to bounce off people. But at the same time, it's like I won't always have that, you know, like especially when you're a smaller streamer, like you've got to build your audience. Early days, you know, I'm still below 100 follows on this channel. So yeah, it's one of those things, right? Like you've just got to. I just find the whole hosting a live thing harder work, you know. Like I feel like I want to just focus and keep things keep playing well, but at the same time I don't think that's very entertaining to watch. I think you want a host that's actually engaging and talking and keeping things interesting, which is why I generally prefer YouTube. You know, I get to write a script and actually, you know, create a thing that's informative and doesn't have any dead space, you know. Like I just feel like in general my hosting style with streaming is just I'm still working it out, you know. Still working it out. I hope, you know, I'm nice to listen to and it's not too boring and I don't have too much dead time when I'm like hyper focused on what I'm doing. But like I say, having a variety stream like this really helps with that, because I'm always changing what's happening, you know, and keeps me talking about something. But yeah, another great Pro Pinball game here. Not much to complain about. Like I say, I think visually it's not as visually interesting as some of the other tables, but the physics are there. It plays well. It feels good to play. Like, yeah, very little to complain about really. It's a good time. Oh, we've activated a multi-ball. Oh, the interlacing does not know what to do with all these sprites. Oh, this is funny. Yeah, like I say, this one is kind of the lost Pro Pinball game. It doesn't get ported as much in the compilations. So if you want the full set, then you kind of have to dish out for a PS1 version. But again, I don't know what's available on PC. I think I've seen that there's a Pro Pinball collection on PC, but you know, on Steam, still sold to this day. But I can't confirm that right now. Oh, got the lot. Good time, good time. Right, I think we're on to the last Pro Pinball now. Assuming I don't get a match at the end here and continue the game. Ah, no, there we go. Good stuff. Right, okay, last Pro Pinball then, which I think is Time Shock. So let's jump over to that. Pro Pinball. Time Shock. Done. Okay. Oh, cracking through these at a rate of knots. That's good. I think we'll go to 10 PM and we'll leave it there. I don't know if we're going to get through all the pinball games on PS1, but always nice to be able to revisit this topic at another point. Right. Cool. Another cunning development. Let's do this. Yeah, again, this has the same front end as the first two we looked at, Big Race USA and Fantastic Journey, whereas the web has kind of a different front end, which again makes me think that the web is the first one. And this has got, again, that detail, that you know, there's a lot going on here.
Welcome. Multipliers held.
The emulator seems to be able to deal with the interlacing a little bit better as well, like Fantastic Journey. Yeah, this is another really good table.
Now lock those balls.
I think this is probably my second favourite. Fantastic Journey is probably my favourite of the bunch when it comes to Pro Pinball. Followed by this, followed by Big Race USA, which is a good table. Like, I'm not saying just because it's third it's bad or anything like that. I think they're all good tables. It's just my personal preference. I put yeah, Big Race USA in third, and then the web last. But yeah, they're just such good playing tables. They do feel like the real deal. They've got a lovely weight to them. The movement is very natural, really smooth. It's completely lock screen. You don't have to worry about the table scrolling and losing track of where the flippers are. This is peak pinball. This is what you want from video pinball. The only thing I would ask for more of is something a little bit more fantastical. I do like my video pinball to do things that real pinball can't.
Quick start. Activate.
But I have nothing against a pinball sim either. I just have a good time playing pinball regardless of whether it's realistic or not. It feels nice to make a number go up and smack a ball around. I think the thing as well with these Pro Pinball tables, and you're probably noticing it a little bit more, is I generally just play longer, and I don't know if it's because of the design, like the fact that the physics feel so good, like it's just a lot more easier to play. But yeah, I find that I'm not just guttering balls really fast and, you know, draining through a credit really quickly. I feel like you have more time on the table. Yeah, it's just a much more responsive, interesting thing to play. Oh, hello, we're locking the ball there. Let's go. I somewhat doubt we'll activate multi-ball, but it'll be cool if we can. Oh, hello, there's another one. Let's go for it. See, I'm getting in that mode now. I'm getting in the hyper-focused, not saying anything mode, because I'm just like, oh, I want to activate multi-ball. Oh, there's another one. Is that enough? Is that enough to do it? I think it is. Select new time zone. The dawn of time. Collect crystal fragments to enable the zone. Okay, we'll just stay in the present day, I guess. Time machine frenzy. Here we go. Oh, lovely. Haven't seen too much multi-ball on this stream. Good to see. Although saying that, we did activate it in another Pro Pinball, I think, didn't we? I think it was the web. Ah, you'll love to see it. Yeah, this is a great table. Really good fun. Oh. Ah! Well, there we go. That's all the Pro Pinballs on PS1. I say, well, we've got to do the match first. Let's see if we can continue. You never know. You never know. No. Yeah, cool stuff.
Game over.
Right. Let's move on to our next game of the evening. What have we got? Ah, here we go. It's Kaze time. I think this is the only Kaze game, Kaze pinball game on PS1. Right. Is this on here? It is on here. Done. Right, let's just update the game. Bandai. Kaze. There's the logo. You know you're in for a good time if you see that. Oh, this is the licensed theme song. Let's quickly get into the game. Yeah, it's Power Rangers Zeo Pinball. Let's do it. Ah, it's got things for the show. Quick, skip it, skip it. You can never be too careful. But yeah, this is a great time. This is basically a digital pinball game. So yeah, the Last Gladiators thing on Saturn and Necronomicon, those lads. This is them doing that, but it's now Power Rangers. So as a result, a great time. This is probably the one pinball game on PS1 that is actually a little bit pricier, because there is a PAL version of this, but yeah, you gotta spend a little bit more of a serious amount of money to get this one. And I'm guessing it's because of the Kaze connection, you know, like. Yeah, I would very much like to own this one as well, but until a copy comes up nice and cheap, I'm not going to be dishing out the money that it's currently being asked for. And again, it's just one of those things, like, you got to be patient with these things sometimes. I think people rush into retro purchases a little bit too much. They see, you know, what the current going rate is and they just assume, oh, you know, well, I've got to spend that much money to get it. No, be patient. Watch listings, see where they end. Look at stuff that's already ended and see, you know, what other prices were out there. Don't rush to whatever the hell is listed at any given point. Part of the fun of collecting retro games is the hunt, you know? Getting things for a good price. It's more rewarding when you finally get it and you didn't spend ridiculous collector's prices. At least that's the way I feel about it. Some people are just quite happy to just be like, I got money to burn. Let's get those games I want. Oh, nice, nice. God, I haven't played Under Defeat for a while. I haven't got a Dreamcast version, but I do have that really lovely 360 like HD port that came out, like Definitive Edition, I think it's called. Good little game. Oh. Multi-ball! You love to see it! That transition was awesome. Love to see the Power Rangers doing their thing. I've got to say, like, I'm not massively versed on Power Rangers or like tokusatsu stuff and whatnot. Super Sentai and things. But I have an appreciation for it, you know. It feels like one of those things that I could probably get very, very invested in if I gave it the time. But I probably don't need any more likes and things to chase for a collection. I'm already obsessed enough as it is with enough things. Don't think I need to add Power Rangers to that list. He's a Sega fan, he's a Mist fan, he's a Garfield fan, he's a bloody heavy metal fan. It's too much stuff, man. Gotta know your limits sometime, right? There's only so much entertainment one person can experience. So yeah, you gotta know when to Cut your losses sometimes. Freeze! This song in particular that's playing right now is so Digital Pinball. It sounds like it's come straight out of Necronomicon or Last Gladiators. A coin! Give me that coin. Got it. Can't remember how you go to the next stage. I have done it before. I'm assuming I need to hit these targets, these little red targets, to achieve the goal. And I'm failing at doing that quite dramatically here. Oh! Well, there's one. Come on. I'd like to see another locale, please. It's the joy of this game. It's the joy of Kaze stuff. It's like they do tables with impossible video pinball only things. Come on, bumper. Get me to that bloody thing. Come on! No! I want to hit that target. Oh. Last ball. Alright, once we'd hit that target again on the right. Guess you got to get them with both on one. Oh, hang on, it's gone again. Come on. You can get it. Come on. Come on. No. One awkward place to put the target. Good little song this. Defend New York. Come on. Oh. Get 5 million. Ah. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Great game. I'm done. No, I think we're good. I think we're good. Right. Let's move on. Yeah, really good game. Highly recommended. Just a little bit pricey at the moment. Right. Let's move more Japan only stuff. I've never played this one before. This is a simple series game, I think. Pinball 3D. There it is. Wow. Someone has streamed this. It has a thing on. It has a category on Twitch. Here we go. It's Simple 1500, Volume 11, The Pinball. Right. I guess I'll just press buttons and see what gets us into a table quickest. Okay. Oh. Sure. Okay, it's R1 and L1 for flippers. Oh, that's interesting. Like that, it's like teaching you how to play the table as you hit the targets and things. This one feels very elemental pinball, I've got to say. Those ball physics, not very smooth. Table feels quite large and empty. But we do have a lock screen, so we know how weird scrolling. Certainly not going to lose where the flippers are on this one. Yeah, that's a little fun. Like it's giving you like tips on like, oh right, go this way to do this. That's really fun. It's nice to like have it teach you while playing instead of having to like read the rules separate to the table first. Like that, it just encourages you just to play. That's fun. Can't think of too many pinball games that do that. Circle. Yeah, not sure about. Ooh, not sure about this one. There's some things I like and some things I don't like. It's certainly not the worst pinball game we've looked at on the stream so far. I think that still belongs to Elemental Pinball at the moment. But you never know, we might find something worse. Ah! It's so weird. The WarioWare arse music. This WarioWare arse music, sorry. I know what you mean, I know what you mean. We didn't hit the high score table. Okay. Is there multiple tables? Let's go back to the menu. What's this? This is the same table. I can't tell you what's different. Maybe it's without the tips? It doesn't seem to be activating the little messages. Okay, I'm gonna come out of this. I just want to see if there's another original table or not. That little jingle is so weird. Okay. Oh, I see. I think that's a different table. That's like beginner. That's arcade style. So let's go with this one. Let's see what happens. Now this is assuming. I'm just trying to... I cannot read Japanese. I'm just looking at symbols and seeing what's similar. Oh, yeah, here we go. So, oh, another military themed one. Wow, look at this. Yeah, yeah, it's got the tips again, right? So that first version is obviously the beginner mode. They've all got the when you train a ball. It's really funny. Blimey. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. I've played worse, but the ball physics ain't great, and the tables feel a bit like there's a lot of dead space in the middle there. I'm just watching a ball sort of like float around in the middle for a lot of this, instead of it interacting with things. But it's not that bad designed, to be honest. And yeah, it's lock screen, so you can see everything. They've actually done a good job, actually, as well, of making the table feel quite long, even though it's locked. And it's still quite, you know, the force perspective there isn't that angled. I don't know how they've managed that. It's quite impressive, actually. It doesn't feel like a stubby table, let's put it that way. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. But I don't think we were missing much by not getting this in PAL region. Japan, as much as I love you, you can keep this one. Yes, just that should have rolled down that slope nice and smooth there, but you can see it sort of bobbing and bumping around. That's how you know the physics are off. Look, just like That should move so much smoother down there. It's a sphere. It shouldn't interact with things like a little square, which is probably the hitbox is just not programmed very well. But yeah. Sounds like I did something wrong. Right, I think that's the only two tables on this. Unless this is a different table. No, that's the options. Okay, cool. Right, let's do one more and then we'll call it for tonight. What is next on the list? Oh, here we go. It's Golden Legrez, aka Pinball Power. This is also on Dreamcast as Neo Golden Legrez. Da da da. So yeah, this is a super light game. Interesting. So this got a power release as yeah, Pinball Power. Alright, what I'm intrigued by now is whether this table here has music or not, because on the PAL version it does not. It's very strange. Oh, I don't need the operations menu. Start. There we go. No, I don't think it does. Oh! It does! Well, there you go. They messed up with the old PAL release there. Yeah, for whatever reason, I've tried this on emulation. I've got the real thing now. There is no music on this table on the PAL release. Bit of a mess up. Yeah, I'm not too sure how bad the load times are on my copy. Can't say no, you're right. It does take a while to transition between tables. Yeah. I don't know if the emulation will improve that or not, but we'll soon find out because there's 3 tables on this one. No music here like yours. Yeah. So yeah, again, I think that must be a porting problem because the PAL one is localized. That cuts in at the start. Does have English. So I think they probably just did something wrong and accidentally removed the music for this table. It still plays fine. It's the same table, but yeah.
Enchant the weapon.
It's just missing that extra bit of presentation. I don't mind this game at all, to be honest with you. I think a lot of the same criticisms I had of the last one apply here. The physics themselves are a bit better though, that's got to be said. It's definitely a better playing game on the whole, but it is a large table with a lot of dead space on it, which is a bit of a shame. And one of the things I noticed about this game as well is that regardless of if you set a high score or not, it does not get added to the high scoreboard. Like, so I'll show you what I mean at the end of this session, right? And there's no way to save your high scores. It's, yeah, bit of a shame. It's very bare bones. It does feel like, you know, a cartridge pinball game somehow made it onto the PS1. Just expected to write down your own high scores. Keep them safe. Keep them hidden. Yeah, I can't find a good flow with these tables for whatever reason. So we set a high score there of over 3 million points. So if I let this run now, it should go through the demo sequence and display the high scoreboard. So give it a moment. It should start doing its thing. The high score, right, so 30 million is, that's number 1. 20 million for Luna. 10 million for Ryu. 5 million for Mio. And then, oh, okay, that's annoying. But basically, I was hoping I'd set enough points there to see that I had enough points to be on the high scoreboard, but for whatever reason it will only ever show you those high scores. It will just show these default ones. It will never get added to it. It's a bit of a shame. It's a bit of a strange thing that I noticed. So yeah, weird. Right, the other 2 tables then. Land's End. I think this table is called Squire. I can't quite figure it out. But then again, this one also says Squire on it, even though in the menu it was clearly called Land's End. Oh, this is the weird song! I was playing this around my with my girlfriend in the room, and we were just taking the mick out of how annoying and weedy this sounds. But it gets stuck in your head. Ah, here we go. This is a bit more like it. I like the flow of this one. Oh. He says guttering it. You have an article going up on TCJ1 about the smallest games, and this is on it. Oh, interesting. Interesting. As in, like, just storage space, right? Like, there's not a lot of data on the disc. These scenes are also fully, you know, localized on Pinball Power as well. They haven't had to do anything with the actual audio because it's in English. Nice, got a multi-ball. Thank God. Oh, I've got 3 balls on the table now. Hey! Thank God. So yeah, all these tables have kind of like a medieval kind of feel to them, I guess. Very sort of Knights of the Round Table kind of stuff going on. The Arthurian legend is probably more what they're all based on. 40 megabytes. You love to see it. But again, like, I think that just goes to show you like how much you can do with it's doing a lot with a little. It's what I'm trying to say, essentially. There's 3 tables here. They're all fully, you know, rendered with decent physics. Maybe the table designs themselves aren't the best, but you know, like it's a good experience despite the small data size. It's certainly not the worst pinball game on the PS1. Let's put it that way. I think it's impressive, you know, what people can achieve with the size restrictions. Wow, I'm certainly keeping this multi-ball going. Oh my God, when's it gonna end? It's firing another ball straight back out at the moment I gutter it. Oh no. Oh, there we go. God, we certainly racked up a score on this one. And I think we're just on to the last ball now, yeah. Oh. What a weird song. I quite like this table, actually. When you, yeah, when you get a nice flow going on, hits the ramps and stuff, and it's just nice.
Wallpaper awarded.
Sir Tristram, my dearest, you should take this medicine. It should help you.
You've got the medicine.
I've got the medicine.
Multi-ball initiated.
And another Moe ball! God, I'm having a lot of luck.
Thank
Thank
God.
God.
I'm on your side.
Why is it saying hey on your side? Is it because when the balls are colliding? Bloody hell. Hit the super jackpot. God, I'm zoning in now. I don't like. See, when I hit multi-balls, the way I try and maintain them is by not looking at where the balls are going on the table. I just lock in on the flippers and just react to them coming down to the flippers, because it's just too much to manage, you know, like visually. Trying to track each ball where it's going. One's enough to like track with your eyes. So yeah, the only way I can manage this sort of thing is just look at the flippers and just, yeah, the moment a ball comes near, trigger them.
Multi-ball awarded.
Thank God. Ah! God, I really zoned out for a second there, just completely lost where my eyes were. Come on! This just goes on. Oh. The mystery feature. Oh, what's it going to give us? 5k, 500k. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Get to hear the weird song again. Oh god, hit the mystery feature again. Come on. Oh my god, it's activated another volleyball.
Multi-ball awarded.
Hey, Pocket Ellery, thanks for coming. We're actually just about to wrap things up, actually. We've got one more table on this collection, and then I'm going to be calling it for tonight. But thanks for tuning in for the last bit. We haven't managed to cover every single pinball game on PS1, so there's still more to come in another stream at some point, but yeah, I can't be going much longer. I do have to work in the morning. Oh, a kickback. God, this music. Ah, there we go. Right, well, that's Land's End, so we've got one more table on this collection. So we had a high score of 86,347,800. Sorry, 86 million. Let's have Austin Powers Pinball on PS1. We started the stream with Austin Powers Pinball, so... Oh, I had an extra ball. Great. Guess we're playing this table a little bit longer. God. I had a real... lucked out with this one. Oh, apart from that last ball there. I love how no matter the genre PlayStation has like 100 games for it. I was saying this the other day about the PS2. I was saying the exact same thing. Oh, I had 2 extra balls. Yeah, it's just... I mean, there's something to be said for quality over quantity, right? And I know for a fact that the PlayStation and PlayStation 2 do suffer from a bit of the old budget game, syndrome. A lot of trash on it, but I can't fault it for that. At the same time, I do like that there's a lot of variety, a lot to choose from. Yeah, it's just fun to explore, isn't it? Like the fact that there's this many pinball games on the PS1 alone just creates a cool time. It's just lovely to explore this system and see what's available in the genre. I love pinball stuff, so yeah, it's just awesome to be able to see what's available. Absolutely, I agree completely. With the right expectations, budget games can be fun, for sure. According to VGL videos on PS1, that has a handful of games more than the PS2, which honestly shocked me. Really? Wow, I did not know that. Yeah, we should have been on the high scoreboard there. See what I mean? With that high score, I should have been in amongst that, but you just didn't see the name. Right, let's do Fisher King. This is the last table of the evening. Yeah, I feel like the PS2 had loads of stuff. Absolutely truckloads. I mean, it's the biggest selling console of all time, isn't it? So I would have assumed more software than, the original PlayStation. That's really surprising that there's more PS1 games than there are PS2. And again, that's another thing I love about that system. Just the amount of stuff on it means that if you like a genre, you can just explore that genre and find a load of stuff, And if you keep your expectations low, you can find some really good bits and pieces. Not everything has to be AAA, the best game ever experience, the most polished thing in the world. A lot of fun playing retro for me is just trying stuff, just seeing what it's like. You'll know instantly if it feels right, if it feels good enough for you to continue to play. That's the great thing about retro. One of my favourite things about 8-bit systems in particular is racing games, because you'll know with the limitations of an 8-bit system if an 8-bit racing game is going to be for you or not, because the controls are just so easy to get wrong. So when a racing game feels right on an 8-bit system, you'll just be like, okay, cool, yeah, we're going to have a good time with this. I'll probably sit here for a while and just go through this and have a nice time. But when it feels wrong, instantly you're just like, no, I don't need this. We can turn this one off and go on to something else. Whereas the more advanced things get, like with 3D racing games in particular, the handling models are so complex now that sometimes it takes a little bit of time getting used to. You can't just judge it on first impressions like that with an 8-bit game, because the controls are just so much more nuanced now. But yeah, back in the day, older stuff, instantly you'll know, oh, this feels right, this feels good, I'm going to sit here and play this. We've had it a lot with this stream in particular, instantly you can just tell whether you're going to get on with something or not. It's great fun. I love that sort of stuff, man. Just that simplicity of the experience, boiling it down to its core elements and just being like, yeah, this feels right. I'm going to play this. I'm going to have a good time with this. Just because it feels good. Oh.
The questing beast has been killed.
What did he do to us?
The revival of the kingdom shall be soon. Take this brave knight, it will be of much help. You got the spirit of loneliness.
You got the spirit of loneliness. What was that? What?
You defeated all the evil knights of Castle Paris.
That voice is incredible. What does it remind me of? Yoda or something? Oh. Oh, here we go. We got pinball. We got multi-ball going again. Got me. I have never triggered so many multi-balls in a session of this game before. Got really lucky here. Oh. Outstanding, outstanding stuff. I did not expect us to be playing Golden Legrez, aka Pinball Power, the longest of any of the pinball games tonight. I have a newfound appreciation for this mad game. Oh, it sounds like powered by the cheap bobs. Hey, strong man, you just jumped over some of my buses. that's what it reminds me of. That's exactly what it reminds me of. Oh. Oh, that was a good time. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I have not been that impressed by this game in the past, but honestly, I had a really good time with it tonight. Oh, he did the voice again there at the end. Oh, amazing. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Yeah, that was a really fun stream, actually. Oh, we'll definitely revisit more of the pinball games that we haven't covered on this stream. But yeah, like that was really good. That was really fun. PS1 pinball, man. Honestly, lots of good stuff there. Not a lot of crap, to be honest. But yeah, thanks very much for tuning in. Yeah, like I say, Game Blast on Sunday. I am going to be streaming a load of Mega Drive games. It's going to be for charity, for special effects. I'm going to be doing it as part of Team Radio Sega. So tune in, 8 PM UK time, Sunday. Yeah, be nice to see you there. Have a nice evening. Enjoy the rest of your pancake day. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.